Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. Right, I'm going to stop there. Hi guys, it doesn't work, not for me. I'm new to this. My wife, who I love very much, is going through the menopause, but we'll get to that a bit later. She watches blogs, she listens to podcasts about fashion, skincare, cooking and even cleaning. And they always start off with, hey you guys, or hi guys, and well, quite frankly, that's not me. So I think, although I'm new at this, I'm going to start off by being myself. So I do plan on doing a few of these, and I think a simple, all right, will do. So let's begin. So this is going to be called a grumpy middle-aged man whose wife is going through the menopause. Bit of a mouthful, I know, but it kind of explains me. Now, we've pretty much established that I am grumpy. I can't help that. And I'm also middle-aged. I know, difficult to believe, I know. But I am, I'm 53 in a couple of months. And that comes with lots of benefits because you're a bit more experienced and you know a bit more about things, which can also come across as opinionated and arrogant. Again, maybe we'll address that another time. But I don't know, being grumpy, well, we've all got the right to be a little bit grumpy at times, haven't we? Maybe overly grumpy, I don't know. But as I say, I'm also middle-aged. Now, one of the things that middle-aged has really affected me is eyesight. There's lots and lots of things middle-aged does, but eyesight is a thing I've suffered with. As you can see, I'm wearing glasses. Now these they get me around, you know, they do. But I've got to that stage in my life now where I actually need 3 pieces of eyewear. Now, this all starts back to a time where, this is me. This is me in the early 70s. 72, 73, something like that. You can see those National Health glasses there. With the like wire coat hanger rings that flick around your ears and sting every time you put them on. And on top of that, I haven't got a photograph, but I used to have a big, massive eye patch over my left eye because I had what was called a lazy eye. And now in later life, I'm suffering because of that. So I have these glasses to get me by, but then I also have another pair of glasses. These. They're not the most attractive, but I can read things. These are for reading, looking at my phone, computer, and so on, stuff like that. But you can see on the left, the thickness of the glass there is like the bottom of an old-fashioned milk bowl. And that's what I need. I'm going to take them off now because they're rubbish. But I need those for things like, say, computer work, reading instructions, which, another thing with middle-aged, when I was young, never used to bother with instructions. I could open gadgets and video recorders and all sorts of things like that, plug them in, fire them up and just work it out. But now, it's a different world. And then we get on to the third piece of eyewear I need. Now when I am being a modern man and all that, I also help out with the cooking. Now this is just couscous. I can manage that. Put it in a bowl of water and pour some boiling hot water over it. Great. But in order to read these things, the third piece of eyewear comes in, which is this. Ridiculous, but it's needed. Sometimes I've even got 2 pairs of glasses and I'm measuring them like this. The only trouble with my second pair of glasses, which I should stress, is that I have to put these in a box when I'm not using them. Because in the middle of summer, I'm likely to burn the bloody house down with these things because they are proper thick. So I'll put those away for safety reasons. As you can see, I've come prepared with a few props. And the reason for that is because I am middle-aged. If I which I plan to do a few more of these things. I might learn a bit more about how to put some software on and some editing gadgets and nifty little things that pop up on the screen and photos and all sorts of effects. But at the moment, I can't do any of that, and I haven't got the time to read it. So I'm gonna wing this and just see what happens. But at the moment, a few props will suffice. So there we are. I am a grumpy middle-aged man, and my wife is going through the menopause. Now, the menopause, it's an awful thing. And women have always gone through it, and it's a bit more recognised nowadays. My wife watches all sorts of things. She's going through something called the perimenopause, which is the early stages of the proper menopause, I suppose. As you can see, I'm a bit of an expert on these things. But as a husband, partner, boyfriend, whatever you may be, it's us that go through these things as well. So this is what I would call a slightly tongue-in-cheek self-help set of videos for us men to be able to cope with the stresses and the strains that our wives, girlfriends, partners are going through, and also for us to learn to be a little bit more understanding. So there we have it. So this is my introduction. I am a grumpy middle-aged man whose wife is going through the menopause, and I hope to catch you again with some more of these. Thank you very much. Ta-da.